Hi, Max Brantley with the Arkansas Times on Wednesday, October the 18th. Let's talk just for a second about health care. Governor Asa Hutchinson yesterday, as we said, gave assurances to the people of Arkansas that the Arkansas Works program, the Medicaid expansion allowed by the Obamacare Affordable Care Act, will continue in Arkansas. Well, that depends on the legislature. That depends on a lot of things. We know there's some huge health insurance rate increases coming because of decisions made by Donald Trump. We've heard that there's a proposal to correct that in the Congress, but now Trump, after yesterday saying he was for it, seemed to say today perhaps he was not. What we have is chaos. I'd recommend you read what Benji Hardy wrote on the Arkansas blog last night about what we know in Arkansas, and I think you'll conclude that what we know is there's a lot of things we don't know. Moving on, Houston Nutt, the former Arkansas and Ole Miss football coach, late Monday settled his lawsuit with Ole Miss. Ole Miss had been talking badly about him, blaming Houston Nutt unfairly for problems in an NCAA investigation. They've now apologized to him. There are perhaps other parts of this agreement that we don't know, perhaps some money paid to Houston Nutt or his lawyer or to a commission on ethics that Nutt proposed, but in any event, it's all going to be behind closed doors now, and they've moved on to other things. The Environmental Working Group, which is a national environmental organization, says that Arkansas is one of the states most affected by contamination of water supplies by agricultural chemicals. This particularly affects rural communities that draw their water from sources where there's runoff from big farms. The EWG and Mighty Earth, another environmental group, want to focus on meat producers like Giant Tyson's Foods, which need corn and soybeans to feed their animals, and they think they're a big part of the problem. Tyson says they're not the only people that contribute to the agricultural situation in the country. They say they're working on a better environment. But in the meanwhile, you might look at that report on where they say pollutants have been found in water supplies. Also today, the state education department announced that it was going to pay cash incentives up to $1,000 to students who scored high enough on the advanced placement computer science test. This is part of Governor Asa Hutchinson's broad proposal to encourage computer instruction in Arkansas. One problem is only about 17% of the schools in Arkansas are offering the course that you must complete to qualify for the incentive. Even if you get the test score, you could be a brainy kid and pass the test with a 5, the top score, but not get the money if you didn't take the course. There's also the question I've raised, and there's nothing wrong with increasing computer literacy because the future is digital in America, no doubt about that. I still think there's value in poetry, the English language, history, music, and art, and somehow I think we're implicitly devaluing some of those disciplines by our single-minded focus on computers. But that's just me. I was a liberal arts major. Well, tomorrow's a big day. The city of Little Rock and the Little Rock Chamber of Commerce says they're going to reveal their plan to try and lure Amazon's HQ2, its second big headquarters, to the city. When Amazon said it wanted to build a new headquarters, it said it wanted a city of 1 million people, a place with a national airport, a place with a great transportation system, a place with thousands of computer-savvy people. Well, Little Rock doesn't exactly fit any of that criteria, but they say it's a good exercise to make your pitch. I don't think we have a lot of money to give away. It's interesting that Little Rock wants to lure Amazon because it's been complaining for years that its retail base has been devastated, and the city's sales tax base, as a result, also devastated by online commerce. If you didn't know, Amazon is kind of big in online commerce. Well, in Jackson, Mississippi, the school board there has voted to remove the name of Jefferson Davis, a Confederate president from an elementary school there, and name it instead for Barack Obama. So here's a modest proposal. Let's change the name of David O. Dodd in Little Rock, named for a traitor to the Union cause who was hanged for spying, and name it for Barack Obama. Do you think I could get a second for that in Little Rock? I might get a gunshot through my house. I'm not sure. And finally this, the Harvey Weinstein scandal is growing by leaps and bounds into many other areas. Allegations of sexual abuse and harassment against him have no surprise really, been replicated in every industry, business, and government institution, it seems. Great stories just this week on rampant sexual harassment, chauvinism, and worse in the California legislature and in the Texas legislature and in other legislatures. Perhaps coincidentally, a group in Arkansas, several women representatives, have formed a new group to encourage young women to be leaders in politics and public policy, and that's a good thing. Nobody has yet stepped forward to allege harassment, abuse, and male chauvinism in the Arkansas legislature. Do you think there might be some women in Arkansas who would say me too? I suspect perhaps so, but so far none have stepped forward. Give me a call if you'd like to talk about that, and in the meanwhile, resist. I'm Max Brantley. I'll be back tomorrow.